So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom and time for another play along game. For those of you unfamiliar with this, I've done a couple now where I set up a game and play it out according to how people suggest in the comments. It's a sort of like I guess a throwback to play by mail games that I used to love when I was younger. Where you set your turn off, you wait for the results, and then you did your next turn. Took forever. In the internet world that would never happen. So up to now I've played sharp practice games. Sorry, the window's open, it's a bit noisy, but anyway. I've played sharp practice games up to now, and I was debating doing a War of the Roses Hail Caesar game, but in the end I wanted to play with some of the new toys, and these Vertembergers painted for me by Sean at Metal Mercenaries. I just had to feature them in a game, so I've decided to go with the Black Powder Napoleonic game. It's not based on anything for real. It's literally just me putting together some points or some troops formations based on what I have, and it's a Russo-Prussian army, ragtag army, against an allied French army. That's basically the scenario. So what I'm going to do is run you through the terrain, the table that's set up. I've set up 3 of my tables, so we have 6 by 6 basically. The French side of the table is over here, this village here, and their objective is to take and hold, by the end of the game, the crossing and the bridge associated with it at the back there, held currently by the Prussians. So looking on the French side, we've obviously got the village itself. These mats, bits of carpet, are to signify ploughed fields. They give no cover, but they do slow troops in them. We've got a woodland here on the right flank. There's a hill under here. Doesn't show up terribly well, but looks rather good. Another hill here. So you've got a couple of hills on the right flank for the French to move up behind if they wish, although they would be slowed by the wood. A road runs all the way up to the village there, currently held by the Prussians. Over here on the flanks, fairly open apart from this hedgeland here, and another hill here. The other individual trees are just for effect. Over here there's a sort of enclosed orchard, so it will give cover and will block visibility behind it. On the Allied, sorry, the both Allied forces, to make it complicated, on the Prussian and Russian side of the table, there's this stream running, woodland stream running all the way around the table. Now this will provide cover, and it will also slow troops, and formed troops in there are disordered. So you can see there's a battalion of Prussians already in with their feet wet, so they are disordered at the start of a game. You've got a hill here at the back, more ploughed fields. There's the Prussians. You've got their village that they're controlling. Another ploughed field out here with a battalion in column waiting, and a battery deployed. Looking down the road, out here is some marshland, another wood. So there you go. So the objective of the game, as I say, the French will gain a victory if they can take the village and secure the crossing. It's not a ford, it's not a bridge, it's a ford, sorry. The Allies, the Prussians and Russians, will have a minor victory if they manage to hold this, a major victory if they manage to take the French village at the back there and push the French off the table effectively. So let's start with the Allied troops, and I'll put them all in listed down in the description for this video. So the Prussians start deployed on the table. They've got a light gun battery there. They've got 1, 2, 3 musketeer battalions, just standard musketeers, and in the fortification itself, or in the village itself, is a Prussian Fusilier unit, along with a commander here. So that's the Prussians on the table. So coming on to support the Prussians who are already on the table is a couple of brigades of Russians. We've got 2 grenadier battalions here, a half position battery, and these guys are playing the role of Jaegers. Russian Jaegers don't look an awful lot different to Russian infantry, so these are playing the role of Russian Jaegers. So that's Brigade 1 for the Russians, and Brigade 2 is this one, which has 4 line battalions. Now I'm playing them as paired, so in the Russian special rules in Black Powder you can't do brigade orders unless the battalions are connected to, you know, their number 1 and number 2 battalion, or 2 and 3 battalion, whatever it is. So these are considered to be paired up. These are considered to be paired up, so they can do group orders. I learnt my lesson from the last time I did a Black Powder, where I gave the Russians large units. They were just devastating. So these are just standard units. And then alongside them is a unit of Jaegers to support them. So that is the Russian force rushing to the rescue of the Prussians. They have, I should have said, the Prussians on the table have a commander rated 8, and both of the commanders here controlling the brigades have a command level of 8, and they have a CNC who will come on with the Russians, who is an 8. So that's them. On the French side, so on the French Allied side, we have the 1st Brigade is the Vertembergers. That is composed of 2 line battalions and a light battalion. Now they're just basically standard confred of the Rhine troops, but in honour of them being brand new troops, I've made them all 3 of them, tough fighters as well, which gives them a +1 reroll on their gives them a 1 reroll on their hand-to-hand combat. They've also got a small unit of Jaegers who are armed with carbines and rifles, and then they have a light battery attached to them. It's actually a French light battery because I haven't yet got some Vertemberger artillery, but they'll do nicely. Then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got this rather large 4 battalion brigade of Neapolitan troops and a horse battery with them. They are not particularly great under the so I've taken their army points directly from the 1812 Black Powder supplement, and that basically means that every unit in there is unreliable and wavering. So I think unreliable means, unlike everything else, command rolls, they only move if they are under the command roll. If it's equal, they don't move. And wavering means if they take any casualty at all, they do a break test. And to make matters worse, they have a commander level 7 controlling them. So could be interesting. They may never actually get on the table. And then you've got 2 French brigades who are exactly the same. You have 3 line battalions and a light battalion in each, with a light gun battery. There is 1 brigade, and here's 2 brigades with their guns at the back. They are command level 8, and the French CNC is also command rating 8. So there you go, that's the French forces to come on, and that is the Russian forces to come on. Now, what I'm also going to say is that the Russians start coming on turn 2, but only one brigade at a time, and the French allies come on turn 1, but only half their force comes turn 1, the other half comes turn 2. So I'm going to fly back round the table again and give you another view. But what I want, what I'm asking, if you want to take part in this battle remotely at least, is I need you to put in the comment section what you think the forces should do. Now, to make it easier for me to choose, if you put French and then give me the orders for the French to do how you think they should come on turn 1, turn 2. Basically, which brigades you think should lead the way, which brigades should come on behind, what you think they should do, then please feel free to say that in the comment section. But put French first with your comments so I can identify them easily enough. And then for the Russians, put Russian, and then which way round you would like. Would you like the Grenadier Brigade to come on turn 2 and the large infantry brigade to come on turn 3, or vice versa? And again, where would you like them to come on and what would you like them to do? So as I say, I put all the army lists in the comment section, in the description of the video down below, just to help you out. So we'll swing back round and have a look at the table again. Let's have a look from the Allied side first of all. You've got this hill here on the right hand flank, obviously the wood line of the wooded stream there, ploughed area here, road running up into the village with the ford. Obviously the ford doesn't disorder the troops crossing. We've got a ploughed field here, marshland here, and a woodland over here. Looking across the table, you can see there's a hilly area here, a wood in the corner, another hill to the left of the village there, and the wood, and the another hill over here on the left flank, or what would be the French left flank, the Allied right flank in front of the position. If you don't get seasick, I'll swing on round. You can see the French side again. You've got the orchard here enclosed in the walled area. Again, you've got the hill here, ploughed area here, which was slow movement. The village here, the other ploughed area here, another hill back here. That was the hill you could see here, and a wooded area on the right wing leading up to the Allied deployment where the Prussians are deployed. So there you go, that's the battle. I am planning to run it, or start to run it next week. I'm going to post this on Friday, and if everything goes according to plan, I may even post it Thursday night. There you go. No, it won't be Thursday night. I'm going to plan to post this on Friday, if all goes according to plan. And if you want to get involved, you've got until midnight on Monday to give me an idea about what you want to happen. As a quick reminder, you can do both sides, I don't mind, but if you're commenting, please put French and then what you want the French to do. So you know which of the brigades come first, where they want to go, what they want to be roughly looking to achieve, and then similarly with the Russians, which of the two brigades wants to come on first, and which one comes second, and where and what you want them to try and do. So there you go, that's the game. We'll see how it plays out. As I say, all the lists are in the description of this video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope people get involved. I know people did on the sharp practice games, and a lot of people got quite involved, which is great, and I really appreciate that, and hopefully you'll find this as much fun too. Anyway, there you go. Reminder, all comments put Russians and French in the first line of it, and then so I can identify it and post any suggestions by midnight on Monday. You know, if you don't want to get involved but just want to make comments, that's absolutely fine too. But if you want to get involved, I need that. So there you go. That's me set up for my next Black Powder game. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll be back with the first few turns.